Hey guys, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing, that's on my head. Today I'm going to be doing my first trimester update. So I've actually been out of the first trimester for a while because I'm currently 17 weeks and 2 days today. And what's the date today? I almost had March. November 15th. So I haven't been able to film it because I've been like busy with school and stuff, but I'm not at school right now, and I know that's like not a very good excuse or whatever, but like I get off school and then I don't have any time to like get ready for a video or anything because it gets dark at like 4:30 now, and I get off of school, I get home at like 3, so like not the best. Today I'm doing my first trimester update. I'm gonna go kind of week by week because I didn't do weekly updates, which I want to start doing, but maybe not until around 20 weeks. But anyway, let's get into the update. Okay, so in weeks 4 and 5, so if I'm looking down, I have it like all written down. It started off with me having like terrible mood swings, like mainly just being super mad all the time about like nothing. Like my friend would talk and I'd be like, oh my god, just stop. Which was kind of mean, but like I couldn't help it, I didn't know. And then so I noticed when we went camping, but I just thought this was like me getting my period because I was supposed to get it. But instead of like painful sore breasts, which I usually get, it's like TMI, but they were like tingly. So that was something, I didn't think anything of it in the moment though. I was just like, yeah, gonna get my period. And then the first thing, I still didn't think anything was wrong because I suffer with like a migraine disorder where it like makes my vision go almost completely blind. I like tunnel vision and my limbs go numb. So I was having one of those kind of, but I was like, oh yeah, that's like normal, even though I hadn't had one for like the whole summer, but you know. Another thing I noticed was how tired I was and how much my lower back hurt. And that's when I definitely started thinking something was up because I do have lower back pain a lot, but like this was constant and for no reason because it's not like I was doing so much. I was kind of being lazy because I was tired, but my back still was killing me. And then another thing was my sense of smell started making me sick. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I could smell like anything and be like, bleh. Another thing that's kind of strange from that week is that I really wanted milk. And I hate milk, so I don't know what's up with that. And I like milk throughout this whole pregnancy still. But another quick thing is that I could smell sour keys from across the room. And then my brother did this thing where he like got a tomato from the fridge and he was trying to make me guess what he had behind his back. I don't know why he was doing this, like couldn't tell you. But the thing was, in the fridge, it was sitting on like a container of olives. And it was behind his back and he was far away, and I was like, you definitely have olives right now. And he was like, it's a tomato. But he smelled it and he was like, what the hell, it smells like olives. And then I was like, because that was the time where I was like, I haven't got my period in like days. Anyway, week 6 I had my first doctor's appointment where I also booked my first ultrasound. And then I told like my parents and my friends, and I'm gonna make a video on that, like telling my parents and my family and stuff, but like, yeah, I told them in week 6. And then week 7 and 8, I started to get a lot of nausea, but I never puked from it because I just really didn't want to, so I just kind of told myself like, no, you're not going to throw up. Even though I would get nauseous over like the most dumb things, like smells and stuff once again. I started getting terrible acne. And I still have a bit, but I'm wearing makeup, so like you can't tell, but it was terrible in the beginning. And I got a cold, and ever since then I've been sick like most of the time. Then week 9, I was very hungry and I've started craving sour candy. And to this day, I'm still craving sour candy. I have a whole tub of gummy worms right there. Right there. Sour gummy worms. Yeah, but at 9 weeks I started craving sour candy, which is still a thing. At 10 weeks, I started getting really intense allergies, like, I'll insert a picture of my eyes, but I started getting allergies, like, terrible, that I haven't had since I was about 11, and it was, like, real allergy attacks where my eyes would swell, and I started getting, like, stringy stuff in my eyes. It's pretty gross. I haven't had them for a while now. Like, maybe it's just because I'm seriously done with it, so I just, like, don't touch my eyes or anything when they're itchy because I don't want them to like become inflamed, but like yeah, that's a serious problem. I know for some people allergies get better for pregnancy, but apparently not me. Another TMI thing, which is still going on, is that my stool is hard. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, week 10 was my like second follow-up doctor's appointment, and my first ultrasound, which was actually, like, I found out I was 12 weeks at that one. So basically I went to the ultrasound and with Noah, the baby's dad, and my boyfriend of 2 years, and my friends, and so they didn't let anyone come in at first, which really confused me because out of all the like ultrasound videos I've seen, it was like at least the dad could come in, or like some people did have friends, but like they all ended up waiting, and then they brought Noah in the end, but we only got to see the screen for 15 seconds, which did kind of suck, but I got the pictures, so I'll insert the pictures of the first ultrasound. And then week 12, I publicly announced that I was pregnant, like on all my social medias and stuff, so like my whole family knows and everyone at school, but like no one's actually been bad about it or anything. Like, I don't know how my family members feel because most of them talk to my mom instead of me, which I'm not really mad about. I didn't yeah, you know. And everyone at school, I was kind of worried about that, but no one's really bad like I thought they would be, because my school absolutely sucks. We have no culture. If you came here, it'd be the whitest school you've ever seen. I'm really not kidding. It's kind of terrible how little culture there is here. Okay, and then at week 12 is when you could start to see a baby bump finally. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna insert like my bump timeline, and really it kind of stays the same for a while. It wasn't until like my bump's pretty big now at 17 weeks, like it's noticeable if I always wear loose clothing because it's like cold out and I want to be comfy, but if I was to wear like tight clothes, you definitely see it. And then 13 weeks I had my nuchal translucency scan. You know how, well, I don't know if you know, but before an ultrasound they make you drink water so that it's like a window to your uterus and like the fetus and everything. So I got there and I had to pee right away. Like, she made me pee because she couldn't see anything. And then she did this, so she did the scan, made me pee. Then she did the scan again, and the baby was asleep, so then she made me go eat. And I think it was such a coincidence that that day I just decided to bring like a banana with me, like, and it was in the car, which I don't know, I'd never do that, but it was probably because I had to get blood work after, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat. And the reason I didn't eat before the ultrasound was because I was nauseous and everything, so I just didn't want to eat first just in case. So then I went and ate, and she did the scan, and then finished, like cleaned it all off, like for the third time. And then I asked for the pictures, and she was like, oh, like you had to ask in the beginning just because like we can't give you the ones that they like marked or like wrote on or whatever. So then I got another scan to get pictures, but it was totally worth it because here are the pictures. And those are the only pictures I have so far, okay, because that was at 13 weeks, and my next ultrasound to find out the gender finally, or the sex, sorry, is at 20 weeks, and I'm 17 weeks, so it's not that far away, but oh my gosh, I've been waiting forever. So the nuchal translucency thingy was 1.8, and I got like blood work and everything, and then I got a call back like a week later, and she said that everything's good, like my baby doesn't have Down syndrome, so that's good. So I may have felt a movement at 13 weeks because the baby's moving all the time now, like whenever I'm not walking it's moving. It's not that it's very strong movements, but sometimes it is and sometimes it's definitely moving, because I know that they start moving when they're very small. It's just at 13 weeks I think I definitely felt something like just once, and then I would occasionally feel like each week, like maybe it was just like really in an uncomfortable position because I know it moves around in there, so maybe it just pushed off of me. Like, again, I could be wrong, but it does feel like what I'm feeling now, so I'm not quite sure, but it definitely did start moving like all the time at 16 weeks, which was last week. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for my first trimester update. Yeah, the baby, like I said, is moving a lot now. It's really amazing. Like, it feels real. Like when you see the ultrasounds, it definitely feels more real, and then when you hear the heartbeat, it's even more real. But now that I feel it moving, it's like, oh, you're really in there, because when nothing's happening, nothing's moving, you don't feel pregnant, because if you don't start to show, or like you're just like, oh yeah, like I'm pregnant, but like you don't notice anything, then when it starts moving, it's like, wow, like, oh my god, I love you, that's crazy. Yeah, here is my bumps. Since the second trimester starts at the beginning of 14 weeks, I don't know, people say different things, but my pregnancy app said 14 weeks, so I'll just do when I started taking them to my 14-week one. So here you go. And that concludes this freaking light thing. That concludes the end of my first trimester update. I hope you enjoyed it. And everyone has like different experiences. This was just my first trimester experience. It wasn't that terrible. It was honestly just like back pain, feeling sick, or like allergies and stuff, and just like small stuff like that. But I wasn't throwing up, so it definitely could have been worse for me. I did have a good experience overall. The second trimester is much better though. I know, except I have to pee literally 10 times in the night. I know the third trimester is going to be even worse for that. I hope you liked this video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I hope you enjoyed. Bye.